little fox.
Mowgli explained his plan to Akela. Then, Akela and Gray Brother got to work. The two wolves ran in and out of the herd of buffalo. They separated the herd into two groups. The females and young buffalo were in one group. They glared and pawed, ready to attack the wolves. The male buffalo stood together in the other group. They were bigger and looked more threatening. But Mowgli knew they were less dangerous than the females. The males had no young calves to protect. Mowgli slipped onto Rama's back.
Akela, drive your herd left, toward the head of this big ravine. Gray Brother, drive the females to the ravine's other end. Keep them there till we come down.
Akela howled, and his group took off. Gray Brother began to lead the females in the opposite direction. Meanwhile, some of the village children were watching the scene. They hurried home with the cattle as fast as their legs could carry them.
The buffalo have gone mad! They're running away!
Mowgli's plan was simple. He planned to trap Shere Khan in the ravine between the two herds. Shere Khan had just eaten a large meal. It would be hard for him to fight or climb up the sides of the ravine. Mowgli rounded up the confused males at the head of the ravine. They stood on a grassy slope that led down to the ravine.
Good,
Mowgli thought, looking at the sides of the ravine. The sides ran nearly straight up and down. Thick vines hung over them. That would make it even harder for the tiger to climb out. Mowgli held up a hand to signal Akela. Then he put his hands to his mouth and shouted down the ravine.
Shere Khan!
Echoes jumped from rock to rock. A snarl echoed back.
Who calls me?
It's me, Mowgli!
He turned to Akela.
Bring the herd down now! Down, Rama, down!
He commanded the buffalo. The male herd stood at the edge of the slope. Akela gave a hunting yell, and they fell forward. They fell one after the other, like boulders crashing down during a flood. In the ravine, Rama quickly caught Shere Khan's scent. Now the buffalo knew what their job was. It was a charge against a tiger. Shere Khan first heard a thunder of hooves. He picked himself up and looked from side to side, trying to find a way out of the ravine. But its walls were straight and full of twisting vines. And he was still sleepy and heavy from his large meal. The stampede splashed through a pool of water. The animals bellowed loudly. Mowgli heard a reply from the females at the other end of the ravine. Shere Khan turned to look toward the females too. Then, the tiger whirled back toward the males. The tiger knew by instinct that it was better to face them than any protective mothers. Just then, Rama tripped and stumbled. The beasts behind him crashed hard into the approaching females. Soon, both herds were charging through the ravine, stamping and snorting as they ran. Mowgli slipped off Rama's neck.
Quick, Akela! Break them up before they start fighting one another!
Akela and Gray Brother ran around the buffalo, trying to separate them. Suddenly, the herd turned toward Mowgli. They were ready to charge through the ravine again. But Mowgli held up his hand. Shere Khan was already dead. Soon, hungry birds would be coming for him. The dead tiger lay at Mowgli's feet.
We must work fast.
Mowgli said to Akela and Grey Brother.
I want to lay the tiger's hide at Council Rock.
They got to work preparing the hide. Suddenly, the wolves dashed off, and Mowgli felt a hand clamp down on his shoulder. Buldeo stood there with his gun.
That tiger's hide belongs to me.
The hunter growled.
There's a big reward for it.
Mowgli rolled his eyes.
I'm sure you're planning to give me some of the reward.
I'm the chief hunter.
Buldeo said.
I'm not going to give you any of the reward. You caught the tiger only because of dumb luck.
He stooped over Shere Khan, looking at the tiger closely.
This tiger and I are old enemies,
Mowgli said. Then he waved an arm.
Akela!
Seconds later, Buldeo found himself lying on the grass. A large gray wolf stood over him. Buldeo blinked in surprise. Mowgli had summoned a wolf.
This is magic of the worst kind!
He thought. Terrified, he lay as still as a stone. What if Mowgli summoned more wolves? Or he turned himself into a wolf or tiger?
Great king.
Buldeo said at last in a whisper.
Yes?
Mowgli grinned. Now the hunter was afraid of him.
I'm an old man. I didn't know that you were a powerful sorcerer. May I get up? Will your wolf tear me to pieces?
Go. But from now on, leave me alone,
Mowgli replied.
Let him go, Akela,
He commanded. Buldeo limped away to the village as fast as he could. Every few minutes, he looked back nervously. When he got to the village, he told the villagers about what he'd seen. Mowgli and the others finished preparing the tiger's hide. Mowgli hid it near a tree. Then he gathered the buffalo herd and took them back to the village. As he approached, bells clanged loudly. Half the village seemed to be waiting for him by the gate.
the villagers are happy that I killed the tiger.
Mowgli said to himself proudly.
They must be waiting to thank me.
Instead, a shower of stones whistled past Mowgli's ears. Angry shouts rose.
Sorcerer!
Jungle demon! Shoot him, Buldeo!
The old gun went off with a bang. But the bullet missed Mowgli, striking a buffalo instead.
The boy just used magic again!
A villager shouted.
He turned that bullet around with magic!
The villagers threw more stones at Mowgli. He ducked, trying not to panic. Akela and Grey Brother ran to his sides.
This is just like the wolf pack.
Akela said.
They want you gone, Mowgli.
Last time, I was told to leave because I'm a human.
Mowgli sighed.
This time it is because I am a wolf.
Just then, Meswa ran out from the crowd. My son! Are the stories about your magic true? Mowgli ducked as more stones whizzed by his head.
I'm not a sorcerer, Meswa. You know that.
You must go away before they hurt you, she said. A few people pumped their fists in the air.
Get away from the sorcerer, Meswa!
They shouted.
Come back here, or we will stone you too!
Mowgli quickly hugged Meswa. He thanked her for her kindness to him. Then, he and the two wolves ran away from the people's village.